We've arrived at an NFL that you've wanted to be at for a long, long time. Every coach, even Mike McCarthy, is going for it on 4th down. Like, are you happy about that?
I don't think he should have.
Look at that.
Not in that situation. Kick the field goal, win the game.
Oh, what a shining testament to how Aaron Rodgers has been betrayed his entire career with those two buffoon coaches. How many times do we have to ask aloud, what is LaFleur doing? How many times before we realize maybe he's never going to figure it out?
How many times? How many times?
You guys watch that game the way I did and are like, okay, we're going Aaron Rodgers, handoffs the whole game.'re going to discover Christian Watson together, and he's going to score 3 touchdowns.
Coming out party.
But the Cowboys were, when starting a fourth quarter up by 14 points, they were 195-0.
What? Wait, say that again?
Yes, in the last 195 games that they had started a fourth quarter leading by 14 points, they hadn't lost any of them.
I'd say Zeke would be a part of that, but the running game was working just fine yesterday. Also, Aaron, I understand why he was mad in that situation. It wasn't great decision-making by LaFleur, but Aaron, you don't have to throw that ball away in that scenario.
You could have run.
He could have ran for the first down, or if you don't want to take the hit or risk it, just go down, have Dallas burn a timeout. He did. He's a smart football player. He did like the dumbest possible thing in that spot. And then he took it out on LaFleur.
Man, I told y'all about Aaron Rodgers at the beginning of the year. This is what he wants, man. He wants to be surrounded by ineptitude so that whenever he does not achieve what we think his greatness should achieve,
he can blame them.
He can blame them. It's like, oh, poor Aaron Rodgers. He's got a bad coach. He has no wide receivers. It's all up front, man.
I didn't like that big hug between him and McCarthy.
It's fake.
Not a fan.
Said
of
I
it.
love you. I think he said I love you.
I feel like if we go back 3 or 4 years, that was
So
not
fake.
the case.
So
I
fake,
didn't like that.
Guy came on this show, wasn't he? Like talking shit about McCarthy after he left.
Well, he does that thing where he just stays quiet as Dan talks shit about all the other coaches that betrayed him, and there's an ample opportunity for Aaron Rodgers to say, "Hey, man, no, he's a good coach," but he never takes
says it. Yeah.
He never takes it.
Mm-hmm.
No, I like. You know what I like, and obviously I'm biased here. I like the Tua. Hey, did you go see Brian Flores? He's like, nope. Didn't talk to him. Nope.
That's all he said. It was a one-syllable
one
quote.
word. Nope.
McCarthy made his way on the field in the Lombardi jacket, did he not? It came back to Lambeau.
Got there at 9 a.m. I will say it was a great coat, though. I was surprised that McCarthy was capable of being that fashionable. It was a great coat.
Mike Ryan, why are you holding your belly?
He
and
was so proud of himself.
how he walked in? Because he looked good.
You know,
I'm back here. I'm a good coach now.
Pretty straight laced, but having fun.
Fashionable, huh?
I got a prop, huh? I'm back.
Somebody told him he looked great in the morning, and he showed up filled with swaggering confidence to the stadium.
He looked like he was sucking it in the
It's
whole
like-
time, right?
It's like the meme where it's like, I can't wait for the weather to change so I can really start dressing. It's like that. He had to do it to him.
Mike, you're criticizing LaFleur today. They win. They win as a dog. Dallas is better than they are. They'd lost 5 straight. This has been as incompetent a stretch as you've seen from Aaron Rodgers, and the ball was taken out of his hands yesterday. They just ran the ball the entire game and tried to wear down Dallas. They're down 14 points in the fourth quarter, and then they rally to win the game somehow, and these drives are not what you're used to seeing from Aaron Rodgers. It's handing the ball to Aaron Jones, and he's doing Marshawn Lynch, diving into the end zone backward and grabbing his crotch.
And there were seeds of him. I know he took it out on LaFleur later. He really wanted to take it out on Watson, where he threw a dime and Watson just didn't turn for the ball. But if that is indeed the coming out party, we started seeing some signs of, he can start reliably going to some receivers deep. It's been kind of a perfect storm because they did address the receivers, not with the names that we were all clamoring for, but they're taking a pragmatic approach to develop some of these players, and with that comes frustrations. On top of all of that, those players have been dealing with injuries, so he hasn't even had that available to him. But I don't blame LaFleur for going to the running game, considering Aaron Rodgers looked just about as bad as we've ever seen last week against a really bad Lions defense.
They're one of the best running teams in the NFL. Like, that's their strength. I know they have. It sounds crazy to say that. They have Aaron Rodgers, maybe the greatest we've ever seen. But this year and this year alone, their strength is Aaron Jones. It's running the football. That's how they're going to win football games.
I don't even think that offensively they were that bad the week before against the Lions when they had 8 points. If you think of the turnovers from Aaron Rodgers inside the 5, they can move the ball.
Oh, but Amin can speak to this on what this is going to feel like to Aaron Rodgers, because they will move the ball, running the ball, and have no chance of winning the title that way. And Aaron Rodgers is probably feeling some of what Russell Westbrook feels. Like, I mean, Dan Marino at the end didn't want Jimmy Johnson telling him not to audible. Like, you're taking the football out of my hands, and some guys want to win, and some guys want to be the reason for winning.
Yes. That they like, 1 is money, 1A is winning, 1A Roman numeral 1 is I want to be the reason why we won.
Well, the only way they've ever won, though, is he's the reason they win.
He can still be the reason they win.
Well, he wasn't yesterday.
But he
He
also
had 3 touchdowns and no interceptions.
Yeah,
I mean,
he led the fourth quarter comeback. He gets plenty of credit for that. But also, like, this is the same guy who in the press was talking about we need to simplify the offense. Well, what is simplifying the offense if not give the ball to Aaron Jones? He can average 6 yards a carry against the Dallas Cowboys.
He ain't mean that simple. He's talking about simplify the offense for the receivers, right? Because they're young.
For everyone.
They're dumb, like. But the idea that you turn into kind of this weird game manager is something that he definitely did not have in mind.
It's still going to be hard for them to make the playoffs. So they're
it's
2
gonna be
games
impossible.
back.
every team in the NFC is in the mix. Every
no.
single team. There's not a single team. AFC, you have one team who's out of it. NFC, because of the wild card and the third
Yeah, but
team, they're all right there.
But there's
man, like
dude,
crazy.
There's a gulf though. The seventh seed right now is the Niners. They got a 2-game advantage on the Packers.
Like, if you
It's gonna
here's
be
the
hard
thing
for them to make up. They got to
If you-
basically run the table.
if you're one of the not having a great year teams in the NFC, you have to win your division because the NFC East is sending like a bunch of teams. So now it's if you're not winning your division, it's going to be real hard. The Niners have that 7, I think, on lock, right?
They're 5-4. Commanders 4-5.
You're
I can't believe I'm saying that.
I still think the Niners end up winning their division. So the team that you got to catch up.
Wait
is-
a second. Are you trying to bet against my guy Gino?
I think that's a more attainable team. Yeah.
Attainable. See?
Do you guys believe when Stugotz says coming out party for Watson? Have you seen a whole lot of coming out parties that are someone who hasn't done very much this season getting to the end zone and after his 3rd touchdown in the end zone, counting with his fingers 1, 2, 3?
Before we answer that excellent question, I just like to point out the humor in you saying, do you guys believe when Stugotz says, just end it right there? No, I don't.